What did Jesus give? Man that lived quite a while ago. He's been gone for several years now, but he shared some of these thoughts that I want to reshare with you about Jesus. And what did Jesus give? What did he give for me? He gave his back. He gave his back to be scourged. John chapter 19 and verse 1. If you've read or studied anything about that, what a horrible thing that was, to take the whips and scourge. Jesus gave his back to be scourged. Jesus gave his head to wear a crown of thorns. There are a lot of crowns that are really neat and really nice, but I can't imagine thorns that were used to humiliate him, to hurt him. John 19:2, Jesus gave that for me. Jesus gave me his face. He gave me his face to be slapped. John chapter 19 and verse 3. One of the most rude, one of the most hurtful things that you can do to someone is to slap them in the face. And yet Jesus gave that for me. Jesus gave me his shoulders to carry his cross. John chapter 19 and verse 17. After he had been scourged, after he had been beaten, and then they lay that cross on his shoulders. And he did it for me. Jesus gave me his hands and his feet. He gave me his hands and his feet to be nailed to that cross. Can you imagine a nail going through your hands, to your feet, to something wooden, and then to be hung? But Psalm 22:16 says that's what Jesus gave. He gave his body. He gave his body to be crucified. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 24. The most awful form of death that I can ever imagine. We argue sometimes in our country, in our state, about forms of execution and cruel and unusual. I know nothing that matches crucifixion on a cross. He gave his side to be stabbed. John chapter 19 and verse 34. The soldier took a spear and pierced his side, and blood and water came out. Every bit of that for me, every bit of that for you. Jesus gave it all. How do I show Jesus my appreciation for those gifts?